Our next topic is called completing the square. So if you have a quadratic like this, ax squared plus bx, you're looking for what number to add to these two to make this whole thing a perfect square. What's a perfect square? A perfect square is something like x plus 4 squared. X plus 4 squared is x plus 4 times x plus 4. And if you FOIL it, you'll end up with x times x, which is x squared, plus 4x, plus 4x, plus 4 times 4, which is 16. So x squared plus 8x plus 16. This is called a perfect square, trinomial. Okay, so if you had x squared plus 8x, then you only need 16 to make this a perfect square. So what number should go here? And the answer is 16. Okay, we know this, but what if we didn't know? What if in general you had x squared plus bx plus what number c to make this whole thing a perfect square? Okay, this is the procedure. You take b divided by 2, and then whatever result you get, you square the result. So if your starting polynomial is x squared plus 8x, that means b is 8. Divide 8 by 2, that's 4. 4 squared is 16. So that means you're missing 16. And that's what you got from earlier. And that's what you need to complete the square. We're going to do another example. Okay, so suppose you have x squared plus 8x minus 4. That's not a perfect square trinomial. Okay, we need to complete the square here. So what we do is, here's b is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then 4 squared is 16. So what we need to do is add 16. Okay, x squared plus 8x minus 4. I'm going to separate the 4, put the minus 4 over here. So I'm going to add 16 and subtract 16. I haven't changed anything. The first three terms will be a perfect square trinomial. So x squared plus 8x plus 16. Minus 16 minus 4 is minus 20. Okay, this, when you factor it, will be x plus 4 squared minus 20. Now the square is completed. So that's what the procedure of completing the square means. In this example, we have x squared minus 12x plus 1. b is negative 12. Divide that by 2 and that gives you negative 6. Negative 6 squared is 36. So this tells us we must add and subtract 36. So x squared minus 12x plus 36 minus 36 plus this one. Okay, the first three terms here will be x minus 6 squared. And minus 36 plus 1 is minus 35. So the end result is this. X minus 6 squared minus 35. What if any of these polynomials did not start with a 1? For example, if it started with a 2. If it starts with a 2 or with a different number, one of the best options is factor that out. So if you had a 2 here, factor it out first. For example, let us suppose you had 2x squared, I'll just make this up, okay, minus 12x plus, and I'll make this one an odd number, like 3. So take out a 2, so it'll be 2x squared minus 6x plus 3 halves. So when you complete the square now, you work with negative 6. Your b is negative 6. And then you just follow the procedure. Divide by 2, so that'll be negative 6 over 2 is negative 3. Square negative 3, that's 9. So 2x squared minus 6x plus 3 halves. This is what we had. So I'm going to add 9 and subtract 9. This will be a perfect square. So 2, and this would be x minus 3 squared. Now we need to add negative 9 plus 3 halves. Negative 9 is negative 18 halves. Plus 3 halves, this is minus 15 halves. So minus 15 halves. And now you have the option of multiplying the 2 through, so it's 2x minus 3 squared minus 15. You can check your result by expanding this. 2 times x minus 3 squared is 2 times x squared minus 6x plus 9. Minus 15 is on the outside, so it does not multiply the 2. Okay, so this is 2x squared minus 12x. 2 times 9 is plus 18 minus 15. And 18 minus 15 will give you the 3 that you started out with. So it's indeed 2x squared minus 12x plus 18 minus 15, which is plus 3. That's just to check.